Hi, my name is Hermon and Abraham, and this is my story. I grew up in a church, in a Christian home. My parents were Christians from the day that I was born, and we were good, settled, happy family, and I was a happy girl growing up. I didn't have anything that was missing in my life. I had a mom and a dad that loved me so much, and two siblings, a brother and a sister that I adored them so much through my entire life. Going church was the best place that I can escape to every time that I feel alone or feel bored. I just go to church every time. You can see me at church every day. I was in youth ministry when I was back in Sudan, and as I started growing up, I had some conflict in my past life when I was growing up from age 9 to 11 that scarred me so much till last year, I can say. And remembering every moment of what happened just made me feel that I don't belong in my family that I am, or I was not supposed to be here. And this was now I start remembering everything that happened. I was grade 4 or 5. We used to live in this neighborhood. We had two neighbors. Those two neighbors, they were new married couples. A married man, he used to live in our neighborhood, in our near our house. He was our neighbor. He used to come to our house and just say things to me. I felt it was wrong, but I didn't know how to act or to react to that. I was ashamed. I thought it was my entire life, that it was my fault that I let it happen, or sometimes I even thought like it meant it to happen. I have a strict dad. Like, he loved me so much. I love him so much too, but he is so strict, so he doesn't let me go out with any friends or that are not from church. My dad lost his job, and my mom didn't used to work. I was just questioning God through everything. Now, why me? Why me? Why you're doing this to me all the time? And I didn't know God closely. We came to Canada. We moved to this small town. There was nobody that I knew there. I went to school, and I was the only black person at the school, which I felt left alone, and it was really hard times, that I can say that. I came to Edmonton on 2015 February the 1st. I have known Salam Lama in my childhood, and then I found out that they live in Edmonton, and her dad said that there is a youth church in Edmonton, so we would like to take you. And so I came to Hybrid, and when I came to Hybrid, I saw a lot of people that were happy. They were satisfied that, with what they had. They knew what their purpose was. But seeing me, that I was just all wondering and don't know anything about life, it made me even discouraged as a person. I went to Fusion in summer of 2015. I told my family, when I come back I'm gonna be a different person. The first night it was good, and then the second night I was praying and praying and praying. I was just praying hard, and then I stopped praying. This is gonna. I said to myself, this is no use. This is not gonna make any difference in my life. We had an altar call, so I went on the front, and I I was praying and I saw people around me. They were getting touched by the Holy Spirit. Their life was getting changed. And because I thought it was it was hopeless for me. Coming here was just a big mistake. Pastor David, he came. He was praying for people, laying hand and praying for people, and he came to me and he was praying for me, and he told me God doesn't rejoice in our suffering. I was just amazed that God really know my story, know my life throughout everything. And then at that time I knew that my life had just started a new page, a new book, that I had to just start over and then just accept God. I came back home from camp and I was just happy. I was happy with what I received on that weekend. I started reading Bibles because before I just hated God, because of things that was happening around, and I hated God. I hated church. I hated everything about God, just religion of Christianity. But after God changed the whole point of view of my perspective, and in life, when I knew the love of God, that what He did was big, that He died on the cross, for my sin. I started praying every morning. I just started seeking God's face, and I wanted Him to show me more of Him. And I started praying and reading Bible. I told one of my friends my testimony, and she asked me, do you forgive that person, the guy that did this to you? And it was a hard question to answer. I was still mad, every time that I pray and I get mad at him. But throughout my season now, God is just teaching me to forgive everybody and anybody what did to you. God showed me Hermon, I died on the cross for your sin. Every day that I do bad things, I disobey God or disappoint God with selfish things that I do, but He still forgive me. He still He just washed me with His blood. So why can't I just forgive that person? I had that question in my head throughout my week, and I was, God, just help me to forgive him, because I don't know what he was thinking, but I don't know the whole perspective. Just God, help me to forgive that person. And I can say that I forgive him with all my heart. This isn't the first time that I'm saying that, but I do forgive him, because God forgive my sin, what I did, and every day what I'm gonna do, He's gonna still forgive my sin. So I'm just gonna forget what happened in my life and my past life, and just see the bright future that's in front of me, that's ahead of me. And I know that God is gonna work in my life in a whole different way, and this story of my life is gonna be for the glory of God.